I'm doing a rib cook-off with two kettles. One of them is really dirty and the other is completely spotless. Let's see if it makes a difference in the way that it tastes. I have more views on how to clean a grill than most people on YouTube, and I've been called a moron and told that I'd be fired for removing the seasoning. And I had to find out if that seasoning actually makes a difference in the final flavor. So I let one of my kettles go and get extra dirty. It still has last week's drippings from the chicken I cooked, and check out the carbon falling off of the lid. The cleanest kettle that you can find is one that's brand new, and I happen to have a copper-colored Weber kettle premium that I've never used. New grills come with some shipping grease to keep it from rusting, and that is not good eats. So I did one quick burn-in, and then I cleaned it up so it looked like brand new again. I figured a low and slow cook would be the most telling, and at this point, it's obvious that I'm a little biased. So I figured that ribs would be the perfect sample size for a group to vote on, and I'm going to do a blind taste test so I can see what I think. Let's jump into the rib preparation. Meat prices are kind of crazy right now, and St. Louis cut ribs cost more than a full rack of spares at my local store. The crazy thing is, spare ribs have the St. Louis cut ribs plus a bunch more meat. With a sharp knife and about 30 seconds of butchery, I had them separated and used the rest for an upcoming recipe. I also removed the membrane for better smoke absorption and a better bite when they're finished. The rub I'm using doesn't have much salt, so I gave the ribs a good coating and then let it soak in for 15 minutes. Then I covered both sides with the rub. I set up the kettles in a pretty standard way, using the water reservoir to keep things from drying out and a bit of apricot wood for flavor. Lighting about a dozen briquettes keeps the fire from getting too big while I prep the ribs. Then I added some aluminum foil to catch the drips and avoid some cleanup later. I filled up the S&S the rest of the way using the same bag of charcoal for both kettles to keep things as consistent as possible. Then I let the kettles come up to temp and for the smoke to turn nearly clear before I put the ribs on. I put both sets of ribs on the cold side of the grill and admired their beauty. After a couple of hours, both ribs were starting to form a crust and they looked just about the same. I brought them in to wrap them and keep them from drying out. And some people use 2 layers of aluminum foil, but I use butcher paper on the inside because it keeps the bones from poking through the foil, and then the foil layer on the outside keeps the moisture in so they cook a bit faster. Once they were tender, I unwrapped them and glazed both with a mixture of barbecue sauce, apple cider vinegar, and maple syrup before tossing them back on the grill to set, and then I glazed them one more time right before serving. And here they are, side by side. Can you tell which one is which? So now for the taste test. I'm going to do it blind with a blindfold so that way I don't know which one is which. And Mrs. GTE is going to hand me the one and then let me know what it is. All right, let's give them a smell first. Pretty much the same. Okay, I think I'm ready to guess. I think that the left hand is B.
Correct.
Can you take this off for me?
Yeah.
The difference between the two was pretty subtle, and if I didn't know that there was a difference, I probably wouldn't have noticed. There was just a little bit more smoke on the dirty kettle than there was on the clean one. So it does make a difference, but let's see what we got from the people that voted on it. And the results are in. I had 8 different people try it, and they were split 50-50 between the clean grill and the well-seasoned grill. And for me, I prefer the well-seasoned grill because I like a little bit more smoke flavor on my barbecue. And if you like this test, check out this video where I experiment to see whether or not it makes a difference if you put your wood above or below the coals. And it was a big difference, and you're gonna have to watch it to find out why.